Hello, 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 and welcome to Beauty Pioneers. I am your hair coach, Lee, and today we are coming to you live. Don will be here shortly, and we are coming to you live talking about uh, the beauty world, of course, and talking about also our skills and our education. And I think it's pretty important for hairstylists. And I think it's always good the um when the clients get to hear about what's going on, because it kind of helps them understand some of the things that are happening, where the breakdown is in communication, why they're receiving the type of service that they're receiving, why can't sometimes our community get it together. And sometimes it is just basically the breakdown. I wanted to do a more deeper research into, like, what was it like back in the days when we were hairstylists, because one of the main complaints that I noticed when I was looking at the videos and just listening to today's person that is in the beauty salon, I mean not the beauty salon but in the schools, was that they had to learn Caucasian hair, and they didn't like that, which I was like, I never paid attention to that, but I was like, wow, that's true. And of course, the complaint was it was a little bit of racism because of the fact that you barely spent so much time on our hair, right? And then, but I can't wait to hear Dawn's point of view of it, because I think she went to Miami Lakes Tech, which I think was considered more of a black school. So I want to hear her take on that as well. To me, I don't think I complained at first, so I was like everybody else when I was there in beauty school, but but the difference was that I had somebody in my ear, which was my ex, that was like, listen, you can't just limit yourself to do one set of people hair, like one community of people. You want to be one of the best. You want to be across the board. So unfortunately, this is your situation. You're the only black person in the school, but use it to your advantage. You understand what I'm saying? And then so when I looked at it like that, I was like, man, he's actually right about that. So and it gives you whereas a lot of times you will find that a lot of other race of people don't want to do your hair. um it doesn't really matter because it's about the money. And we've already covered why a lot of them don't want to do the hair. One is because the schools don't require them to have to do your hair. That's number one. So they come off the bat, like you said, and they're teaching on their hair, right? So they're not required to do that. When I was in school, they did a good 30 minutes to an hour on ethnic hair, and then they moved on. It was like 2 or 3 pages in my pivot point book about African American hair. And then that instructor, who was Hispanic, she elaborated more on the subject to, I guess, stretch it to the 30 minutes. And even in that, her elaboration was about how difficult our hair was. So can you imagine sitting in school and everybody like looking over at you like, "Hey, Lee," and I'm like, what is she saying? You know what I mean? But she was basically saying, I had my good friend from Puerto Rico was like, dude, she is saying like your hair is difficult and it's hard and it breaks to comb in and you guys are sensitive. And I was like, what? You know what I mean? Not to mention the fact that my mom actually had curly hair and she had very soft hair, but they never took the time to learn our hair. So we're going to dive into the skills and the education, because that will help a lot of us understand why our community is in the state it's in, where and I think that's Dawn there. Hold on. Yep, let me add her to the stage. Hey, hey, you. Okay, I see you, honey. Oh, you doing the black? I'm doing the white today.
Yeah, I was wondering if that's what you want.
I didn't feel like putting on my
Can
jacket.
you
My
hear me,
jacket's
Lee?
actually right there. I can hear you. I hear. Is it a TV
I
in the
can't hear
background?
it. Nothing.
I can hear you.
Step away.
You might have to step. You might have to go off and go back on. Let me text you.
I can't believe this. I hate this.
So, ladies, while Dawn gets that together, hold on. I'm going to.
Oh, they must be on. It must be on.
Hold on. I'm texting Dawn, y'all. So anyway, we talked about that. So let's go ahead and start the video, and then Dawn will catch up with us. Dawn,
I can hear you, but barely.
Yeah, your phone, your internet, look like your internet is in and out.
Recording.
All right. So y'all know I always do in the, back at the ranch in Ratchetville. Let me see. It was one I wanted to post. I always post one where it's like, what in the world is going on with my hair? Hold on a second, ladies. Let's see. I hate when I do that. When I have one I want to post. And I need Dawn. Dawn, can you hear me? Because I want you to see this video.
I ain't gonna burn up now.
That girl cannot hear me. Okay, hold on. It's one, honey, in Ratchetville. That's what I call it. Don, I hear you. Oh God. Oh God. Hold on, y'all. Let me go ahead and pull up the video while Don get it together. Don said, I'm sick of this. Oh Lord. Hold on, y'all. I know I popped this video up. I'm gonna put this one up and then we're gonna go from there. Let Dawn get her stuff together. Hold on, y'all. I thought I had a Ratchetville one, but I guess not. Hello? Dawn. You look froze. Oh, she went all the way out. Dawn just said forget it. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start off with, let me see which one I'm gonna go into. Let me see if this is a good one. I need to start deleting some of them. Oh, there she go. Hold on. I see you, Dawn, but I can't add you. What is that about? Uh-oh, I think my streaming is acting up, y'all. Hold a second. Making all that noise. Hold on. Is it this one? Hold on.
Just need to go ahead and make a documentary called Surviving Black Beauticians because...
No.
All right, we saw that one. Okay. Oh, here it goes, y'all. Hold on. I feel like I'm done and don't know where to run. People always trying to take a part out of my mind. If you need a fight, maybe we could start. No, it's so funny to me. People always trying to get involved. I feel like I'm done and don't know where to run. People always trying to take a part out of my mind. If you need a fight, maybe we could start. Y'all know I be doing the most. I be needing to laugh, honey. Sometimes you gotta laugh to keep from crying. Hey, Dawn, you doing better? Can you hear us? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Lee, can you hear me?
Yes. Is your Wi-Fi on?
Okay.
You can hear
I
me?
was able to hear the video really loudly and clearly, but I can't hear you now.
Oh, yeah. Can you hear me
I don't
now?
know if it's the volume.
No, my volume up. Hold on, let me see. The volume's up. The volume is up, and let me see. Let me see something. The volume is up. Yeah, I can hear myself. So we're gonna move on to the next one. Don, let me know. All right. So we're talking about education. So we got into a little ratchetness. We always got to show that. And so, Don, can you hear me? I want to play something real quick.
Milady just released their Future of Beauty and Wellness 2026 report, and I'm gonna go ahead and toot my own horn because this is something that I have been talking about, and this is something that I have been trying to get y'all to move forward with your clinical thinking, because it is going to change so much the world of aesthetics, the field of aesthetics, that you have to understand and get into ingredient literacy, barrier integrity, your client consultation skills. This is going to happen, and it's happening now. This is going to be the future of aesthetics. So I'm going to break down that report. You know, I'm going to take the fluff out of it and give it to you guys in real language where you can adapt it in your spas and your solo studios, wherever you're working at. The future of aesthetics is changing so much that now schools have no choice but to also adapt, and that is the great thing about it. The instructors, if you're not ready, you need to get ready or move out of the way.
You hear that, Don? I actually love that. You heard what she was saying? She can't. Don, you can't hear me? Oh my God. Oh my God, Don. All right. So I actually love the fact that they are challenging us now that they're basically saying the 2026, you gotta bring it. They are not, because I think that so many people have been complaining, from the consumers to the licensed hairstylists, and it has become a big muck in itself, that, hold on y'all, it has become a big muck within itself, that people are like, we need some oh, people was commenting, hey Keisha, the sound is good here from with of you. She may need to go out and come back in. Don, where's your earpiece? Do you think that would help? Yeah, something like that. Keisha, hey Keisha, thank you for stopping by and showing some love. She's saying the volume is low, but that's on her. That's her phone. Yeah. All right, y'all. So we're gonna go ahead. Thank you, Keisha, for letting us know, because I'm like, Don looking all serious and stuff, but we're gonna go to the next one. So I actually like that, and I hope Don get it. Can you hear us now, Don? And I'm speaking very loud, but I love the fact that now they're holding hairstylists accountable. So you know what that means when you hear things like that, where they're making changes in the laws and things like that. That means that a lot of these hairstylists and I see it's this girl that always is posting like, you don't need your cosmetology license, you can just get your specialty license. You can, that's still in effect. However, they're holding you accountable. You know what I mean? They're holding you more accountable. So I think that when you hear things like that, for us, that means like State Board will be coming in salons more, right? And a lot of things that your skill set have to be pushed up a notch. You can't just go in and learn how to do hair extensions. You can, but it's going to limit you, right? It's going to limit you.
I can't hear.
Don, you need to go out. Hold on, you need to go out and. All right, y'all. Sorry about that. So we're gonna go to the next video because this is really, really important. Like I said, I want the clients to know like some of the things that is happening. And I don't want to play so much of things because Dawn, I want her to be able to chime in, but I am gonna play what you guys need to see, like how beauty schools, the differences in the schools and stuff like that. I did not find another race of school. I just wanted you guys to understand how hairstylists are learning. Now, this is not speaking for everyone in North America. No, but this is what you guys are experiencing when you go into salons. A lot of you, when you go into the ones where you want to spend a couple of dollars. And Keisha, I saw where I don't know if I have this one, but I saw where they were going to the beauty schools and they was looking fire. I was like, I mean, I love that. You know what I'm saying? But that's just pure natural talent when you see that going on. So let's go ahead and get into this real quick. Hold on, let me see. Let's see what I want to go with. Give me a sec because I'm trying to wait for Dawn. Hold on.
Like so many Black hairstylists, your knowledge came from doing hair in the home, in the community, and then you made the decision to formalize it. Can you tell me a little bit more about what you observed when you went into the cosmetology school that you went to?
I was just continually mystified with how I didn't see myself in the cosmetology school program. It wasn't in the book that I was learning from, and my teachers didn't know it. They would ask me questions. I found it really interesting that like I am a student to learn here and I was doing teaching. And if you look, that happens to Black students in a lot of cosmetology schools.
That's so interesting. So you're paying to get certified, yet your labor is requested by that very institution that is.
And then when I was traveling all of those Aveda schools, I realized that, oh, this is pervasive. This is how cosmetology school is. And I think most of us think that if someone's going to cosmetology school, they're learning to do hair, and you think that we would be included in that, but we aren't included in that.
Don, did you get to hear that? Can you hear? I think it's your Wi-Fi because it took a long time for you to come in.
I think this I'm being spooked here.
Yeah. All right. So what she was saying, and that happens to a lot of us, and this is one of the top schools of Ada. She was basically talking about the fact of how she was in the school and how the instructors was asking her for her skill set. And that is very, very true. You see that a lot in when you go into the beauty schools, especially a lot of times when you're the only person of ethnicity. You're going to be the person that if you're in beauty school, they're going to come to you and they're going to bring you all the Black people because, you know, they just like, well, you should specialize in that because they refuse to do your hair. And I always tell y'all, it's a few reasons why. One, they're taught that it's difficult. And the other thing is that y'all don't like to pay. So they are definitely not willing to deal with that. But to be honest, when people are coming to the beauty school, those are the people that's just on a budget. They just like, listen, I can get the same service I get in the salon that I get here. And it's true because they use really top-notch products from what I know, right? And so this is what's happening in the community, a lot of times they'll see that person that's skillful and they'll use them to teach the class or whatever. They getting paid, but they'll use us for that. But we're not included a lot of times when it comes into the hair shows and different things like that. You have to look the part. I think for me, I think I was more accepted because I actually looked the part. I can speak well. I was comfortable in a setting on stage. So I think that held a big, made a big part of it. And then also I had good skills. I can, I was really good when it comes to platform artistry. So that's in just that area. And I didn't have a choice because of why? Because of the simple fact that, um, I was in a school where I was the only Black person. So it was either float, either swim or sink. That is literally what it was. And no one was going to help me because, in a sense, they kind of treat you like you the person with leprosy. Like, oh, the Black girl said something. It's a weird type of feeling or whatever. But the one thing that my ex had told me, he was like, when he said, your skill set is going to be on another level. And he explained to me what pivot point was. And I can honestly say that is the actual, that's the truth, because you can take any cut. I can look at any hairstyle and tell you what kind of cut that is. Right. And so I can do color and I can understand the color. I can understand the lift. I can understand the levels. So I think a lot of times, and especially in the beauty world now, when I went to beauty school, it was 9K. I think it was between 8 and 9K. Now it's like 30, 60K. I'm like, why? And they're teaching the same things, right? And a lot of these schools that we don't talk about, they have the name, but the power in the education part, they don't have anymore. Because, and I'm realizing it's just not Black schools. So that's that. So let's go ahead and move on to the next thing and let's see how that goes. And this is educational for you guys, because, and we chose this topic because it explains so much. Like I said before, it explains so much of why the situations are the way they are and why we move the way we move because of that simple fact, right? All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the next thing. Hold on, you guys. Then do this one. Hold on.
If you thought Milady's report was just an opinion, Pivot Point just backed it with data. So in the comment stream, especially on the Milady report, people were saying things like what they have been experiencing, or most importantly, this is what they have been experiencing. But now Pivot Point gives us the real-time industry data in their Kim report. And it shows we're not dealing with student problems. We're not dealing with motivation problems. We are dealing with a system gap. And the gap is because the enrollment is shifting and retention is unstable. And most importantly, the industry is demanding more than what traditional curriculum is producing. So, Ms. January, what does that mean? That means that the gap between what is being taught and what is required in the real world is getting wider. In this Kim report, basically, bottom line is, this is no longer opinion. This is pattern recognition.
I can hear us now. Don, can you hear us now? Oh, well, did you hear the video?
I really think I'm being
Don, it is you.
spooked,
Press the
booped,
side of that
jinxed.
button.
I don't
Press
know
the
here.
side of the
I
button
can hear
to
you,
turn
but
the
it's
volume
extremely
up.
low. I only have 3 buttons here. This is crazy.
Lord help us. All right.
I did connect to my Wi-Fi.
We can't hear you now. We can't hear you now. That's sound. Just turn the volume up, honey. Unbelievable. It don't make no sense. That's what happened last time. You just turned it up. But anyway, so basically what they're saying, what she is saying again is that what the schools are teaching, they that what the industry is demanding, the school is not educating the students on that, right? They're not educating the students on the foreseen future, or they're not educating them on what is that, their level of education. You know what it reminds me of? This is the best way I can explain it. I remember I had friends that came from the islands, and they would say, oh, we were taught on the British, I don't know, I think it's the British something, they would say British colony or whatever. And they were taught where they were like six, they were like way ahead of us, like a couple of years ahead of us. So like when my cousins them came, I had cousins. Okay, we can hear you, Don. Okay, when my cousins them came from, I can hear you.
You can hear me?
Yes. Yes. So when my cousins them came from Jamaica, they were actually supposed to be in like the 9th grade. But because the US didn't recognize them or whatever the case may be, they had to go back a grade, right? And so because they didn't recognize it or whatever the case may be, that's that type of situation. But in this situation, what they're stating is based on everything, the innovative, everything that's happening now. You got AI, we got all these different things happening, and we have people that are coming out of beauty school that don't even know how to hold a comb. We have people that are coming out of beauty school or going into beauty school based on their skill set. It was one where the little girl said, you don't have to know anything. You don't have to know how to hold a comb or anything. They'll teach you that. And that's not necessarily true. To be honest with you, you should have a what's the word? You should have a foundation, like that's your gift already, and when you're going to school, they're enhancing it. It's like your beauty. Your beauty is like you're naturally a beautiful person. Then you may add some makeup just to enhance it. But it's the skill set, the skills should already be there, or the gifts should already be there. Like you can naturally do it. Y'all know, you got the girls in your neighborhood that can do some hair, and they have this, they have the artistic side of them, and they have that gift. But they need to go to school to learn the skill set, to learn how, understand the chemical process, understand the anatomy, understand primary colors that you may think like, oh, that's easy. No, you got to understand it to understand how to put colors together. Then you have to, it's a lot that goes into cosmetology. Now, the thing is, you always hear us talk about hair, but cosmetology, we are licensed where we can be estheticians, we can be nail techs, we can be, we can massage, we can do anything you think of that's up under the cosmetology umbrella. That's why for us is it doesn't make sense to just use like, well, this all I like to do is braid hair. But then don't come into the industry complaining about people not wanting to pay you. And only thing you're doing is you're limiting yourself to that one set of group of people that love braids. You understand what I'm saying? Like you have to be, when you come into this industry, you have to, it's a few things that happen. One, you kind of feel bipolar, right? Two, because it's like when it's good, it's good. That money is flowing. You're like, woo, thank you, Lord. But then you go through your seasons where it's not so good. Summertime is like, forget it. Everybody getting their braids and they're done. You're not going to see them until later on. And so, when you see that, Don, can you hear us now? I don't know what you did. I don't know if you need to check your settings. That's like really weird because we can hear you. And I know that happened before to you. Yeah. Yeah.
This is some batshit crazy shit right here. I mean, like, for real. Oh, Lord. I'm sorry, y'all can hear me. That's good, you can hear me. But I'm like,
You like,
the
I'm
volume
over
is
it.
like so low.
They don't want you to be great, but you already great. They don't want you to be great.
I
You already
can't.
great.
I took
That's
my
just how
phone off. I put it back on. I don't know what to do here. Like,
you
for
got your
real.
settings. I don't know why it does that. It's probably something real simple too. So, can you hear us? You can't hear. You can't
I'm
hear
gonna
me.
keep trying.
Okay. All right, y'all. So we're gonna go to the next video, and we're gonna understand more of what's going on. All right, in our community. Hold on.
Hey y'all, this is week 2 in cosmetology school at 30. Today we got to play with Jordan, the mannequin. I can already tell y'all right now, this is my favorite one, okay? I love texture hair. I love curly hair. I love coily hair. I love any type of curl. Give it to me, okay? The first thing that we learned in class today was learning how to drape our clients properly. I believe I messed up a couple of times because I really could not see how the teacher did it, but I'm going to get clarification on that tomorrow. But yes, so I learned how to drape the client before shampooing the client's hair. At this point, we are bundling her up for the winter storm that's coming because I didn't know you had to do all this, okay? So here's my setup of some of the tools that I use to do Jordan's hair today. Now in class today, we were supposed to learn how to properly shampoo, condition, and detangle our client's head today, but unfortunately we did not have enough of time, so our instructor just told us to just go ahead and start detangling and prepping our client's hair before the shampoo bowl, and then to either do a twist or a coil look. So that's what I decided to do. Now, for any type of texture hair, me personally, I wouldn't try to put a comb and part it in 4 sections. I'm going to use my fingers to part and then start to detangle. At this point, we only had like an hour left of class, and I just did not care about the 4 sections anymore. I just started to detangle the sections because I still had to coil the hair. And plus, we have to do chores at the end of each class. So if you know, then you know that you definitely don't want to be the last one doing chores and out of the building. So that's what I'm doing. If it looks a little sloppy, that's because I'm literally rushing. So I decided to do a coil look on Jordan's hair. I was going to do twists, but honestly, I don't twist that fast, but I definitely do coil very fast. So I don't know, something about coiling the hair is just so therapeutic. Doing hair is just therapeutic in general, but like coiling, coily, curly, any type of curl texture is just so therapeutic. Like, look at that elasticity in the hair. Y'all see what I did there? Don't mind me. I'm just trying to practice my vocabulary when it comes to this hair thing, okay? And as y'all can see, if you ever see my glasses to the tip of my nose, just know I'm in my flow state. Y'all comment down below. Tell me what y'all are learning this week.
All right. So I wanted you guys to. You thought that was cute, Don? Can you hear me?
You want me to address it?
Yeah, dress it.
Okay. I love the fact that they now have textured hair in cosmetology school because we didn't have that when I was in cosmetology school. So we worked on a lot of straight textures of hair. So I'm glad that that the schools are evolving. Like I think like my second year, in cosmetology school, or maybe halfway through, we received our next level of My Lady books with a I would say she wasn't African American, but she wasn't Caucasian. So it showed more diversity, I think, in terms of my lady, because the majority of the people that were enrolling, I think at the time were more African American students. So I think it's great that they have that they offer, textured mannequins. And the fact that she's able to go through the process and understand, I don't know how elasticity could be in there's no elasticity in the mannequin hair, but that's great. Like she said, she's learning her vocabulary and using it. So you could just set some signs up and tell me when you're ready to take over. But I think in terms of, it's so many products now on the market, so it's kind of hard to decipher what to use to get to the desired hairstyle. So the multitude of textures are necessary. And a lot of times they say, well, I don't want to learn how to deal with coily hair, which tends to be more so in African Americans, because there's a lot in terms of what to do, right? And I think it seems like a lot to do because no one knows what to do, right? When it comes to dealing with coily textures of hair, you have to know what is the desired style. So if my desired style is I want to take my curly hair, take the curls out of my hair permanently. So that means, are you going in with a relaxer? So if your client is going in with a relaxer, let's find out, can your client maintain a chemical process? Because it's the maintenance that's going to keep this hair on top of your head. I can service you, but can you keep this hair on top of your head? So that goes into another level of skill set. Because remember, when we were in school, we were relaxed and we were putting in chemicals. We were altering our natural curl patterns. Now people are embracing their curl patterns. So I don't want to change my curl pattern. I want to manage my curl pattern, and I also want this particular hairstyle. And I think if we have hair, we must encourage our girls to find styles that will embrace our own natural hair, as opposed to the weave or the extensions being the alternative, because this is what is causing hair loss in African American women. And we say, well, because we just dumped this wig on. Okay, I'm gonna shampoo my hair, braid it up, boom, put the wig on, I'm done. I don't have to deal with it until Saturday when I feel like it, if I have time for it. You know, you can't hear me. You're just low, Lee. But I say you just put your finger up and let me know. I can toss it to you. Just be like, I can see it. I can see that part. Yeah, I hear you. I can see, read my text message.
Y'all, I can't believe I got to go through all this. Boy, they don't want us to be great. A beauty pioneer gonna keep. Dang, she logged all the way out. Keisha, she gonna keep trying, so she'll be back. I like putting your stuff on the thing. I was trying to tell her to read your question on the thing. Can you hear us now? Don, can you
I
hear
can't
us
hear you. It's
now?
really low, and I can't even see
Now
what
we
Keisha's
can't hear
talking
you.
about.
We can't hear you. We can't hear you. We
What'd you
can't
say,
hear you,
Lee?
Don. Oh my God. Don need a whole assistant over
Girl,
there
I don't
somewhere.
know. I
Y'all,
honestly,
she
I don't
need a
know what's
whole
going on
assistant.
here for real.
All
This
right,
is
so I'm
crazy.
trying to get to the questions that was said. Oh, I mean the comments that was read. So give me a second, y'all. Hold on.
Oh, I hear you.
Keisha,
What did
okay,
you
I
just
can hear
do?
Don. Okay.
What did you just do? I can hear
Yeah,
you.
the beauty
I can hear
school I've
you.
been going to, they use professional salon products.
I can
You
hear you,
got
Lee.
you got to log out back on.
No, I can hear you. Oh my God, I can hear you. I Oh fuck, I can hear you.
So, wait, let me see, because Dawn talking like we can hear her, y'all. So, yeah, the beauty
No,
school
but I'm
I've
saying
been
I can
going
hear.
to, they use professional salon products. Yeah. So, to be honest, the
Oh
state
my God.
of the beauty world right now in our community, it is safe to go to the beauty school because they're going to have all the products there for you. And if you cannot pay the prices that a lot of the salons are paying for, I don't see anything wrong if that hair school or hair salon fits your budget and you're getting the work that you need to get done and they're taking care of your hair. I see nothing wrong with going to beauty schools because a lot of times the students are more skilled than the actual instructors. Y'all would believe, y'all be shocked, you know, because it be some fire like the other day. Oh, you can hear me? Yay, but we can't hear you.
Oh fuck.
We can't hear you. she can hear us, y'all.
Jesus.
Oh my God, I'm scared to tell you to log out. Lord
Oh
help
my
us.
God.
So Keisha question, and I went to Keisha question. I put it on Don. It's about what the industry is demanding because I showed the video where the lady was talking about Pivot Point and their findings. Right, that's the school I went to, and Pivot Point was saying that based on like the curriculum, like the education that the today's student is getting and the demands of the beauty industry, they're not there. So now they're gonna like now the education is gonna be more. You gotta, if you're an instructor or whatever, you gotta be on point because the demand that they have for our beauty industry, it has to meet. I think to me, Keisha, I think it's like innovative. Like now, you know, we got AI in some type of way. AI is being introduced in every industry. That's one thing. I think the other thing is like I said before, and I hopefully Don can be able to talk because Don can hear us. So let's come on, y'all. Let's send up prayers that Don can speak and we can hear her because we can't hear her. You do look cute with your little Betty Boop zebra thing on. She done logged out. But I want her to elaborate as more. But like hair color, like we have hairstylists that don't know hair color. I think too that we have in our community, we have allowed the beauty, when it comes to the beauty world, we have allowed YouTube to teach a lot of I'm talking about licensed hairstylists, right? And then we have also allowed we have also say hi, Don.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Now I can't hear you. Now you're back down to fire again.
Y'all, I'm sick of this. Can you read the screen? Can you read the screen? You can't make this up.
No, I can't read the screen, but I was able to see your text. The industry is demanding you to produce the work. Like, you know, you don't have qualified people to produce the work. There's no more like the old school stylists. We're here, but for some reason they can't find us. I think you have a lot of um old schoolers that are still in the salon that are still making money from being on in the salon and have other things going on. So the time to come out and actually teach, the teachers that are teaching, they went into teaching to get a paycheck. The salon became too hectic. I'm gonna go in here and teach, and it's kind of like a guaranteed salary. So the beauty enthusiasts that are in school aren't really getting the information that's needed to keep them inspired to take them throughout the industry. So they kind of lose hope, lose whatever, because the teacher is really just there to get a paycheck. right? And the school is just there because they have to turn out a certain amount of numbers. And if you don't have, the student is just passionate and they're like, where am I supposed to go to be fed? They're so hungry, and everything is about your skill set when it comes to cosmetology. When she's saying it's about the aesthetics, because the students I'm going to school and you're teaching me the science, but at the end they feel like they don't have anything. The teachers aren't giving them um skill set, which that's not their job to teach you a skill set. Their job is to teach you the curriculum so you can pass state board.
The theory.
Your aesthetics or your skill set is is on you. You have to develop that. The school is just your foundation, and that's all cosmetology has ever been. And that's why they have layers and so many different chapters. I teach from an international cosmetology book, and I do that so it tells me what is going on globally, right?
Right.
Not just here in the States. This is the curriculum across the board in terms of the industry on a global platform. So the that particular book, it does give you the science, just like My Lady, but in terms of the practical part, because remember they pull the practical out. The practical is now written, whereas the practical used to be where hands on, we actually had to implement what we learned in the textbook, or you had to be on the floor X amount of time and you had to do these services. You had to do 1,500 roller sets. You had to do 30 something haircuts. We all know the more you do it, the better you become at it. So no one is, first of all, teaching the fundamentals, right? So there's no foundation to even build off of. You have to take a cutting class after cosmetology school. Your cosmetology instructor or the school is just going to give you the basics, which is the foundation of the haircut. You have to know the vocabulary. You have to know horizontal lines. You have to know diagonal lines.
Degree.
Forward diagonal lines. 90-degree angles, 360-degree angles. They
45.
teach you those things in your cosmetology book. That's the science. So you have to now implement a 90-degree haircut. You have to now implement a 360 haircut. You have to now put in layers. You have to now do a pixie. You have to execute the service in order to get a license. Now you don't have to execute the service to get a license. So they fumbled the ball. So they're coming out of school and it's like, only thing I know how to do is put on a quick weave. The only thing I know how to do is what they knew to do prior
Right.
to beauty school, right? So they don't know, and they're not gonna they have it. Premier have continued education all the time in hair cutting. They have a Premier Orlando, Premier Las Vegas. They have trade
Atlanta,
shows all
Chicago.
over. But how many of us actually go in and continue to invest? It's just like college. You come out of high school, you have your high school diploma. You decide whether or not I'm going to go to college. I'm going to get a trade. All trades still produce continued education. Ain't nobody laying bricks the same way they used to lay bricks back in the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And now I'm talking. I wanted to say too, like Dawn recently put up a video about her, she did a bob and she showed just how to have a guide and how to cut the bob. If you guys you can go on Instagram where she posted it. And I was like, she said, we was talking on the phone, it had reached 10,000. That was like in the afternoon. She had just posted that. So we know that it is not everyday people that are saying, oh, wait a minute, let me stop and look at this bob. No. That's not everyday people. Those are hairstylists that don't know how to cut hair. And right now, what's in demand is the bob. And so
You
a
better
lot of
not.
you, a lot of them
It's hot.
are cutting their
Thank
hair,
you.
like when they doing the bob and the weave,
Lifestyle is
they
this
take
too.
that razor and that's all they know, but they don't know how to do how to do
Wow,
notching or
man.
point cutting. They don't have that education. And so that's what Don was talking about, like the demand that the industry is requiring of them. They can't perform. If you put a lot of these hairstylists into a world of diversity, they would flop. They would find issues. You would hear a lot of complaints and they would flop because a lot of our people only came in with the trend hairstyle. They can do the trend and they know how to do commercial hair, which is weave and wigs. That's all they know. But if you put them in a setting and you put them before people and put them on stage and say, do a dimensional color and cut, they will flop because they don't have the education. So that is what they're saying. Like the industry has a lot of demand, and our people, not just our people, because it's other race of people too. But our job is to talk to our sisters, right? But a lot of us don't have the skill set. A lot of us grabbing hair, we go to YouTube University, or we are looking at um something like Don threw out and it's like a bone, they like grabbing it. Y'all be amazed. And I'm like, 10K, the industry is really struggling. You see what I mean? So Don
Oh
video,
my God. That's what the wrong with this damn thing.
you can hear
Some
me?
girl.
Y'all, it is a time, what a time we have in the day. So obviously she done figured out what it is. So we're gonna keep going. All right. So heritage. I like that. I like the way you put that, heritage 2023. I like the natural hair mannequin. Did not have those when we was in school. Yeah, that's what Don was saying. You got it. Hey.
Jesus.
Hello?
Yes, dear.
We can't hear you.
What?
We can't hear you, Don. Y'all,
Oh,
please, I'm over it now.
no.
All right, let's keep going, y'all. You can hear Don. Look up Lee. I can hear both of y'all. Yeah, I can hear Don. I don't know what
I
that
can
is.
hear
Oh, this
you.
would be great. I had seen somebody. Okay, Regin, Reginald. Maybe that's 42. I wonder how we got here. It's like all the hair knowledge cosmetologist gave went out. He was trying to say out the window. Yeah, it is like that. It is like that.
Can
It's
you hear me,
like
Lee?
people stop caring. People, to me, I think that people stop respecting the industry, even the people who were in the industry. I think a lot of times too, when I look back on it, you saw people that come into the industry and they're like, they think they about to meet some celebrities and they're gonna make money and all this stuff. And you'll be surprised of people who come in with the imagination of things and don't realize that you have to work. It takes up to 8 months to build a clientele, 8 months to a year for some, you know what I mean? If you're not grinding. So let me play another video. Don, we don't hear you.
This is exactly why I understand when a client is coming in asking if this palm colored person can do the hair. Because, baby, we're not taught how to do our hair in cosmetology school. Yeah, cosmetology school talks about the different textures of hair, but we're not taught how to do our hair. The mannequins literally only have Caucasian hair. I kind of also understand as to why a lot of Caucasians that are in cosmetology school are scared of doing our hair. But also, you're in cosmetology school. Like, are you planning to only do hair for one specific demographic? I mean, if that's the case, then girl, I guess. But I want to know how to do it all. And also, if you're not willing to learn how to do it, then why are you even here? Segregation was years ago. Might not have been too long ago, but it was years ago. Get with the times.
One more thing we're going to talk about.
You know what I discovered? The best hairstylist that does black hair are the ones that suck at social media. The reason why I love both my hairstylists, my braider and the person that does my traditional sew-ins, I love them because they're terrible at social media. That's how I knew they were going to be good at business. That's how I knew they were going to answer the phone. That's how I knew that they weren't going to text me 5 minutes before my appointment and cancel on me. That's how I knew. I mean, I've had my fair share of experiences with hairstylists. If they're good at social media, there is a 75-80% chance that they're bad at business, that they're going to be late to your appointment, that they're going to overcharge you for being late even when they're late, that they're going to triple book your slot and balance between you and 2 other people. That's why I love my hairstylists. You go on their Instagram, they're terrible. They're terrible. I love it. Can barely tell that they're good at hair. I love that. Because every time I pick a hairstylist who kills at social media, they're terrible at business in real life. Happens every time. And I know there's going to be some people, no. There's probably going to be some apples in there that are good apples that can do social media and do hair. But I'm telling you right now, based off my experience, if they're good at social media, they're bad at business in real life.
There you have it. I was like, I never even looked at it from that point, and I was like, but she kind of right, because that's what happens a lot of times. And I just saw this girl in Miami that drove an hour to get to Miami to get to this particular salon, and she was communicating with them, and she said, well, I'm an hour away. Are you guys open? Yes. The girl drove all the way down there just to see that the salon is closed. And it sounded like AI was actually answering for them. So that's what I'm saying. Like, AI is coming in even into the beauty industry, but that was a poor. It's like she saw the work on social media and she was like, oh my gosh, I gotta go to them. So she was mesmerized by the work. And that's why I tell you, a lot of you guys are caught up on, the social media, the music they play in the background, and all this different stuff that they have.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear us?
I can hear you a little louder. Yeah.
Yay. So a lot of us have, now we at the end, a lot of us, a lot of times we are mesmerized by social media, right? How many views, how many likes. And just because you go on there and you see all these people and they're like, girl, she could slay some hair or whatever, that person may be horrible at business. So like that young lady said, she was like, child, please, I like the ones who don't know how to do social media, because I know she's going to take care of my hair. You understand what I'm saying? And that is so important. You know what I mean? So let's go ahead and see one more. Don, did you hear the video where the girl said about the whole how she appreciates the hairstylists don't know how to do hair? I mean, don't know how to do social media?
Yeah, I did, but I'll be the devil's advocate on that. I just don't. I think the people that can do hair can do social media. They just choose. They don't have the time.
Right.
Because social media takes a lot of time. They probably do suck at. They may suck at. My opinion is different on that. I think social media is a job within itself. I was trying to capture some content the other day, and it is hard.
Right.
The staging, you have to actually hire somebody to do that, and all the skits that they're doing with the client sitting in the chair, and all those little content skits that you see people out there doing.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's terrible, personally, for the business. I think you should focus more on pushing your brand and putting out quality work, as opposed to discussing policies, late fees. I know it's all a skit and all that kind of stuff, but why the part where they do where you the client doesn't want to pay and all that kind of stuff, it just puts your brand in a bad light. I know you're trying to talk about a particular topic, but I think you should focus on putting your work out, because when people pay for quality work, that's what the
Right.
consumer wants. The consumer wants a quality product, a quality service. Just like she was saying, if you guys do good at social media, 9 times out of 10 you late and you suck or whatever. And it's probably those young girls, because they're really good at that. The old
Right.
schoolers aren't really on social media like that.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting a margarita.
Yes, it's a girl. It's a guy that I actually like, and I love him because he has the same mindset as us when it comes to doing hair extensions and stuff. He goes into so much of taking care of the person's hair before he even do the hair, or when he taking the hair down. Those people hair looks so great, and he has it. He understands. I think that's the most important thing for us, understanding both sides, being able to take care of your hair and finding that hairstylist that can take care of your hair, as well as putting those extensions in, making you look flawless and gorgeous, but at least you know that your hair is safe. All right. And I think that that's one of the most important things that I love about this guy. You probably see me post him from time to time. Now we are at the bitter end. I'm going to play one more video, and let's see how that one goes. Let's see if Don can get that.
About how hairstylists be rich as fuck. We literally be rich as fuck. We just blow our money. And that's the fucked up part. At one point in my career, I can go buy.
I can't play her because I don't know what she got going on, but she ain't look copacetic. I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on.
Hey y'all, this is week 2 and
So now what I want to do is, with the French roll, my goal is to mold the hair. I'm going to show y'all little tips that's helped me with updos to keep it polished. How many times we've done updos and they're so frizzy? A million. Yeah, and you like, damn. Yeah, I'm going to help y'all with that, okay? I'm going to take the hairspray and I'm going to do a pump, pump, pump. Everybody know I'm going to teach about a pump, pump, pump. Don't hold the whole spray on the hairspray on the hair. Like, first of all, you're wasting product, okay? And when you have your own business, you don't want to waste product because you got to buy the product, okay? Don't get me started. All right, you want to do a pump, pump, pump. Second of all, you're spraying and it's just freezing the hair, okay? So I want to do a pump, pump, pump. Make sure. Pump, pump. I want to allow it to dry for a second, just like maybe like a 5-second situation. Madison, when you start handing me the bobby pins. And then I want to, notice how I'm waiting. I'm waiting because I want to set it, okay? Now I'm going to go in, I'm going to comb it with my rat tail comb, and I love a metal rat tail comb, like a foiling comb when I'm doing updos, and I'll tell you why soon. I'm going to comb it, and then I'm going to smooth it. Comb it and smooth it. And then I'm going to go in, it's already combed. I'm just going to go in and use my hands to smooth. Remember, your hands are tools as well. Use your hands when you're styling hair. Now, Maddie, you got my...
Now, why did I post that video? I post that video because that's hair design. A lot of you, and it's great because we learn hair design. That's part of our curriculum that you have to learn. You have to learn hair cutting, right? With the clipper cutting. You have to learn scissor over comb. Then you get into your different types of women haircut. You're going from men haircut. This is how I learned men haircut. Then I went into women haircut. And that's increased layers, that's diamond cut, it's different kind of layers as well. And then you have uniform cut, graduation, all that, right? And then you also have hair color, and then you have hair design. And the updos is a big deal. I could not, I'm gonna be honest, Don, I was not a fan of trying to do an updo, I couldn't do it. But the reason why I did that video, and the video is much longer, is that a lot of us, a lot of even hairstylists, I always talk about the clients, but I have to talk about the hairstylists too. A lot of you are calling yourself hairstylists because you know how to design hair. You have the gift of designing hair, but you don't have skills and you don't have understanding of cosmetology. And I'm going to go a step further and say it is easier for you to do a specialty course, because what you're doing is you're automatically limiting yourself, because you say, well, I just need to I just want to get my 16-hour license, which they're not even demanding that anymore because they don't even respect it, to be honest. But the point that I'm making is that it's easy to go that route because that's all you know. So a lot of you are picking specialty things, just I'll do this particular thing because that's all you're familiar with. And you're afraid, a lot of you are afraid. You could take that gift that God has given you and take it and say, I wonder how it would be in this community. I wonder if I could take this skill and grow it. If I went up under a master stylist and learn, I'm great at cutting, how would I do with the coloring and the cutting? Okay, I'm great at hair design. How would color look in hair design? A lot of you, it's not the fact that, oh, I just don't want to be in school all along. No, a lot of you are afraid of change. Some of you, a lot of you are afraid of real success. Huh? Hello? Don,
I'm
you all
here.
right? Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
A lot of you are afraid of success.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
A lot of you are afraid of change. And a lot of you want to stay in the familiar and keep things just the way it is. And a lot of you are being called to a higher level. And if you don't do it, you're going to lose it. You understand what I'm saying? If you don't. And so I just wanted to put that out there. Keisha say that's true. That's a lot of so what you see is hair design, and a lot of you think that you made it because you can do hair design, but you have no real skills. You have no people skills. You have no business skills. You have no you don't even, do you know some of you don't even know how to hold a comb? Do you know some of you don't even have the etiquettes of a beauty salon? You don't even know how to treat the people that admire you, that come and drive miles away to come and sit in your chair. You don't even know how to treat the people. So, and that's because you refuse to change, but things will happen in your life that it's going to force you to change, and it's going to either humble you, you're going to either get right or you're going to get left. But this industry is demanding more. And I love the fact that now the My Lady books and all this stuff is changing, because what that means, either you're going to get right or you're going to get left. And I love it. Nobody is doing the whole YouTube university. People are going to start falling off of that. And a lot of people are starting to realize the significance of hair care. A lot of people are like, wait a minute, I was caught up with all this stuff. What about my hair? And that is going to send a lot of you off because y'all don't know how to take care of people's hair. You only know how to design it. So I pray that this video helps you to see. And I know we had a lot of technical difficulties. Don, do you have any last words before we close out?
Thanks for putting the pressure on.
Girl,
thanks for answering the call to, wanting more, because the industry is changing, because the public is demanding more. They're holding them accountable for their actions. You can no longer just abuse me and take my money and stuff like that. They're holding them accountable, which is bringing about the change in the industry. So you're gonna either do the work or get left behind, because that's just where we are right now.
Right. And that whole the molding hair, that hard hair, that sculpting hair, trash. I'm telling y'all
Yeah.
right now, that right there is just that manipulating of the hair and destroying the hair with all that alcohol and the what's the thing, the edge control and all of that stuff. You're still gonna be people going, and Don and I, our next video is gonna be about the levels. Like one day we was talking and Don said, you know, they had a poor person hairstyle. I said, what? And I thought it was funny. And when we say poor, we're not talking about poor in just like really your pockets. We're talking about your mindset. So a lot of you, the mindset is, girl, I got my income tax money. I'm going to get my hair done. I'm going to get me this 20-inch wig, and I'm gonna be laid. And then you got the thing all the way on your eye. We can't even see your eyebrow because you got the two mustaches on there. That sculpting hair and all that, that is not hair design. That's some hood stuff. I know. Ooh, oh Lord, they coming for me. I had somebody come for me earlier, and I had no problem coming back. But that stuff right there, where everybody looking like twins and that hard hair, there. If you pay attention to the industry, they're going for soft femininity. You know, all of that stuff is coming back. All of that old school stuff, that's what's coming back. You know what I mean? That's what people are very big, especially our community. The women are waking up and they like, no. I need my hair. I need my
Yes.
edges. Yes. So, and I love it. I love it because it's going to force those women who may not be licensed, but it's going to force you who have a great gift. It's going to force you to either hone in on your gift and sharpen it and make it better and go into a salon or get the continuing education. And you say, you know what, I'm going to go get my license and I'm going to do it right. And I'm going to make the money right. And you're going to do it that way. Or you're going to be the person that's still over there in a hole in the wall doing hair, or at home doing hair and making the bare minimum just to pay your light, phone, and water, and calling DCF for food assistance. I'm gonna leave it at that, and we will see you guys next week, 7 p.m. We will make sure Don phone
We're gonna have to do a
working.
technical difficulty run before that time.
We love you guys. Shout out to Keisha. Love you. Thank you for always supporting us. Please like and share. And if you have not subscribed, please subscribe to Beauty Pioneers. Smooches.